Well, well, well. Monica is secretly married. She got married with very little fanfare and did an Instagram post thanks to everybody for getting us in and out down at the courthouse. Monica really well, this is a question, and it may be a little shady, but it's me. What are we going to do? Is it that Monica is able to keep her relationships under wraps? Or is it that we don't care about her personal life like we don't care about her music? If you can name Monica's last album, I'd be surprised. And if you could name 4 songs off of it, you could knock me over with a feather. If you could name me Monica's last single, I'd fall out my chair. Because I remember last time Monica had anything going on musically, when she had that album come out that everybody bootlegged, After the Storm. Was it After the Storm? I think there might have been another one after that. No, it was that other one. Boy, if I ever think that one. She was kind of yelling. It was good, but it was cute. I love the music video. It was after that, or maybe it was around that. You got style, just like a Gucci suit, and you know I wanna get next to you. Remember that one? I remember that one. She was in the Belfast coat. I've always wanted a Belfast coat. But she was with Shannon then, and they had gotten married, that basketball player Shannon. And then he got into an accident, and she had supposedly gotten her nursing degree because he needed round-the-clock care, and she was going to be his nurse. Now you done gotten a whole divorce. We ain't seen Shannon since. Did she bury him? Where is Shannon? Well, congratulations. New husband, new tour, maybe a new album. Maybe one we'll hear. She had a whole album called Red Alert because she wanted people to, care about R&B is dying and we need to be on Red Alert. That album got 4 streams. 4 streams. But speaking of Monica's business, Rocco the Dawn, her baby daddy and fiance for 5 years, was arrested for disorderly conduct. Police body cam footage leaks. Now Monica, what's up with this head shape? He looks like a cone head. I guess it would be easy to have his children, though, because that head just kind of jut right out. He looked like one of them dinosaurs from the land before time that had that weird head bone. Oh, my God. This is what you got pregnant by? 2 children? I see why you got remarried. And I guess if I was going to have something come out my coochie, I'd want a cone shape, too. So that kind of makes sense. Because babies come out head first, and that's a bullet head. Just squirt right out. Was he disorderly because Monica was getting married, though? And he didn't get to anymore? Maybe. I'm sorry. That's the only thing I can see with that hit. That's it. Oh, my God. Brooke Hogan is suspicious about Hulk's death because he was battling leukemia. However, they don't have a history of cancer in their family. I'm going to give you some very unpleasant news, Brooke. Now, I know losing your father has to be tough, and I'm not going to make fun of you. But your father was hate. He was hate years old. And when you have that much hate building and burning in your system, that turns into a cancer and destroys itself. He was hate. So we, the non-hating community, are not surprised that his hate turned in on him. Now, some people, like a Strom Thurmond, for example, their hate is so strong, it turns the blood into a formaldehyde and keeps the body going. He didn't get to that point. That hate just ate him up. Sorry for you. Sorrows. Prayers. The U.S. Coast Guard calls the Titan submersible implosion preventable after a 2-year investigation. Why did we need a 2-year investigation using our tax dollars for that? It was idiots. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. The ocean closed it. The ocean closed it. I mean, once you heard that shit, pop goes that weasel. Round and round the mulberry, posse goes the weasel. Da, 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 da. Says, pop goes that weasel. Once you heard pop goes that weasel, that was it. That was it. You must have quit. New mom and influencer fractures her spine attempting the Nicki Minaj pose. I tried it. I almost hit it, but it wasn't that important to me. And I was like, I'm not going to set up my phone for it. And I don't have any heels. But she suffered a T9 compression fracture in her back just weeks after giving birth. That must have been a hard-ass fall. She was trying to do it standing up on something. Sit your ass on the floor. But I hope you feel better. Speaking of not feeling better, viral makeup brand Youthforia shuts down a year after backlash to that black foundation. When they just had foundation that was just black paint, that was just majorly offensive. Toodles fucking toots. Congratulations go out to Quan Mills. His book, This Hoe Got Roaches in Her Crib, which we will be reading this month on my Patreon, has been picked up by Tubi for a movie. So we will be watching it together as well. I'll give you a little of the synopsis. Austin Watkins, 35 and a single father, finds himself in a precarious situation. Currently locked up in Chicago's Cook County Jail, he knows that Fredquisha, the trifling mother of his only daughter, is a despicable, careless, and reckless thought who's the antithesis of caring, loving black motherhood. Wanting to see her son gain full redemption from his current situation, Dolores Watkins, better known as Miss Watkins, is also hell-bent on rescuing Austin's 6-year-old daughter Maya from the clutches of relentless psychological, emotional, and physical abuse that she suffers at the hands of Fredquisha. Hoping her son works hard to change the course of his life for the betterment of his daughter, Miss Watkins explores the possibility of challenging Fredquisha's custody of Maya. But as she navigates the complex, red tape-filled bureaucracy of child welfare services, Miss Watkins takes things into her own hands and is willing to put her life on the line for the salvation of her granddaughter. All right. Well, that sounds like a stirring story indeed. Anything else? Oh, Lord, Bootsy done taken a plea deal so you can give the government more of your money when you can't even afford insulin. But I suppose that's what happens when you can't afford lawyers, but you can afford to run your mouth on Twitter all day. And speaking of running your mouth, Nick Cannon hopes his daughters don't date a man like him. However, because they're raised without a father in the home, because he's playing Johnny Applesperm, those wounds run deep. And so they will end up looking for someone like you, trying to fulfill the hole you left in their life. That's called a generational curse. All right, well, those were today's top stories from this bottom. So I'll see you soon for some.